All right, so we're going to move on to the lovely presentation that we have this evening, and I would like to introduce to you Nonkululeko Shibula, who is a bereavement care doula and a passionate parents' voice advocate for respectful, culturally sensitive care for parents navigating loss. Her work is deeply rooted in lived experience, and she is the founder of a non-profit organisation in South Africa that supports women through childbirth and bereavement, and she brings a unique perspective shaped by both personal experience and professional dedication. She presents to us today on why establishing a bereavement care model is important. So thank you very much, and I hand over to you, Nonkululeko. You can just tell me. Yeah.
Yes. Greetings, everyone. So I'll ask to have my camera off for the sake of our connection, but yeah, so we should get started. Thank you for the warm welcome and introduction, Linda. I just want to check if I can see my screen. Okay. Yes, so I am a bereavement care doula by profession. I'm a bereaved parent voice advocate. I'm a founder of a non-for-profit that is based in South Africa. That focuses on supporting parents and families that have lost their babies through stillbirth or perinatal loss. And I'm also a board member of the International Stillbirth Alliance. I am a creative mom as well, also a visual artist. So that's a bit about me. Next slide, please. So this is one of a bit about my non-for-profit organization. We grounded in African wisdom and holistic compassionate care. We provide bereavement care supports that is centered in dignity, healing, and informed choices. The work bridges traditional knowledge and modern maternity care while advocating for respectful, culturally responsive supports for mothers and families across diverse communities. Next slide, please. So every heartbeat, even the ones we never hear, has a power to change the world. This is one of my favorite quotes by myself. Next slide, please. Okay, so I would like to quickly share a bit about this exciting event that happened last month in Nairobi at the IMNCH, International Maternal Health and Newborn Health Conference that took place in Nairobi in Kenya. So we launched I am a stillbirth mom as well. So I was part of the parents testimonial organization or program committee that we officially launched a stillbirth, States of Africa stillbirth here in Africa. We have a website. It's live on the website if you'd like to read more about it. I'll share the link as well towards the end of the presentation. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is briefly, most of us, I'm sure we know about this information, but I would just like to also share that 1 million babies are still born in Africa every year, and each family or each family has a story that matters. Every number, it's not just the number, it's the faces as well, and the families and the communities that carry the grief and they carry the burden. So what many parents and caregivers already live with, often unseen and unsupported, and it remains one of the most neglected tragedies in maternal and newborn health conversations, as these babies in our systems reflects a deeper absence in continuation of care and dignity. Next slide, please. Please, may I have the next slide? Thank you. So what are you looking here? Thank you, Linda. We're looking at 2 testimonials from healthcare professionals. So these are testimonials that were taken from the report. One of them shares, they express how they have dealt with perinatal loss and stillbirth with very little or no knowledge at all of bereavement care and what happens after they have delivered and how they should take care of themselves and they should take care of their families. So one of the most challenging responsibilities is informing families of a stillbirth, providing privacy, compassion and time to grieve is emotional, yet emotionally demanding. Unfortunately, structured emotional or professional support for staff is limited. There are no formal bereavement care protocols or routine debriefing sessions. Reducing stillbirth requires stronger referral systems and consistent resources and standardized bereavement care training to support both families and healthcare workers. This is one of the testimonials by a midwife in Tanzania, and which actually drove me to doing this presentation for the midwives. Next slide, please. So these are the voices from parents as well. We have over 21 stories, testimonial stories from parents. And I would also like for you to have a look at that. If you have time, I'll share the link as well, where parents express how they had no support from staff or healthcare workers professionally, and they did not have proper referral structures, aftercare, and also bereavement care. Came up a whole lot in those testimonials. Next slide, please. So, what is bereavement care? I'm sorry, I just need to. I'm not sure what's happening with my screen. Just 1 second, please. Okay, so what is bereavement care? It is a structured, compassionate framework um, that should be applied or applicable for all healthcare systems and all healthcare providers. If we could all have a bit of time, I believe, and I still believe that it should be applied through all perinatal losses and stillbirth across the world globally. And also believe that with the more we speak about it, the more we find ways to establish bereavement care models within our systems that we work with for the betterment of our work professionally as midwives and for the betterment of the service that we provide as well to the mothers. Next slide, please. So why is it important? It humanizes loss. Why is bereavement care important? It ensures every stillbirth is treated with dignity, not as a statistic, but as a deeply loved and valued life. It supports emotional and mental health. It reduces long-term trauma, such as anxiety and depression for parents, families, and healthcare providers. It creates consistency in care, guides healthcare workers on what to say, what to do, and how to be, especially in the most difficult moments. Next slide, please. It prevents insensitive languages, neglect, and re-traumatizations that often occurs without structural guidance. So if our midwives are trained, bereavement care trained professionally, they would know the right words to say. They would say the right things at the right time. They would openly and honestly disclose information without using big words or big medical jargon at a time where a parent has just received the news. It empowers healthcare workers, provides tools and confidence to deliver compassionate care without burnout or emotionally detachment. So it also helps the midwife or the healthcare worker to balance themselves, take care of themselves as well after taking care of the parents who's just lost the baby. It builds a culture of compassion, transforms maternity units into spaces where grief is acknowledged and supported, and it's not silenced or dismissed. Next slide, please. So these are some of the brief, okay, thank you. Compassionate communication as well, gentle, honest, and human-centered language, like I have mentioned, parent-centered choices. So families have a right to make the choices if they're ready to see the baby immediately after birth, after a stillbirth or not. And then you give them time and you offer them the offer again. Would you like to see the baby? You don't ask once. So it's such things. Families are given options if they want a religious leader or someone else to care for them while they are grieving. So it's giving space without pressure or assumption. Memory making is very important for legacy making, creating tangible memories. Photos, we all have smartphones. I'm sure we can have a minute to snap a quick photo of the family. Footprints as well. We have boxes, memory making boxes for keepsakes or printable certificates, anything that you can hand over to a parent, a poem, a message, anything that shows that the staff, hospital staff also cares. Yes, not only the doula or a bereavement care specialist, but it should come from you as well. Continuity of care support does not end at discharge. So continuity of care should be structured as well. If you have to see a psychologist or a counselor, you refer them properly so that when they get there, they don't have to explain themselves all over again. Why are you here? Who sent you? And all those things that the questions that we normally receive coming after having a stillbirth. Next slide, please. So these are some of the, this is a model of a box, a memory box that we usually use to one of our workshops when you're having workshops to create something that they can hand over to parents. So it looks different for each and every unit. And I'm looking forward to see what each and every one of you here after attending the session come up with. Next slide, please. Okay, these are the photos. We look. Can you go back to the photos a bit? No. Yes, yeah. So these are 4 groups of people that I have trained in the past years in different settings. So the recent one is the 2 top ones are recent in Nairobi. We had an opportunity to have a half-day workshop speaking about bereavement care as well as the International Stillbirth Alliance. And then the bottom one is healthcare providers in a professional setting. There they have their boxes with the pictures. And then the other one is an open and family-friendly setting where, with families and children and everybody else attending on the weekend. Yes, thank you. Next slide, please. No, the previous slide. Yes, thank you. So it's mandatory bereavement care training. So what we do is we cover emotional, cultural, and ethical aspects of stillbirth because stillbirth is same as any other death. So there's also cultural aspects to consider, the ethical aspects to consider. And we use role play scenarios to practice compassionate communication between staff and the patients. Staff emotional preparedness, so to recognize and manage their own grief and stress if they are overwhelmed. Include debriefing techniques after having a stillbirth event or facilitating or delivering a stillbirth. Self-care strategies to prevent burnout and compassionate burnout as well. Cultural competency, awareness of diverse beliefs and customs surrounding stillbirth. Encourage staff to ask, not assume, what is meaningful to the patient or the mother and the family. Practical skills workshops, so memory making, the practices, the footprints. This comes after the whole communication has been brought up and has been set up, and the pictures and everything else. And next slide, please. So what do we need? Some may say we don't have enough resources, we don't have enough time, but start where you are and provide a full unit, begin implementing small, meaningful changes now. You might not have time, but you have a printer and you have smart devices, smart photos. If you make it as a part of your units, it becomes a part of your unit. So you normalize it on a daily basis, on a monthly basis. And what we normally advise is that we have champions for units. Each unit have trained champions that facilitate bereavement care should it be required. So advocate for policies and training and protocols within your facility as well. Use your voice. Speak up when your care is dismissive or harmful or silent. Be the one who shifts the culture of bereavement care. Next slide, please. So this is not going to play, but this is one of the units that I've worked with, and they sent me an example of what it looks like after the training, and they interpret it in their own way. So yes, I'm looking forward to seeing more of these examples sent my way. Next slide, please. Thank you. So we do have trainings and workshops and collaboration for researchers and presentations as well as webinars. And these are my details. And I am on Instagram, social media, as well as WhatsApp. And this is my email address. Thank you so much for the opportunity.